So Brendan, this afternoon we went out and we caught a whole bunch of shrimp in the pots. And what we're going to do with these is make a really old-fashioned shrimp cocktail, which was fashionable in the 70s, long before you were born. But it's coming back into fashion now, and actually it's one of my favourite dishes. It's really a nice way to do shrimp, especially on a lovely summer day like we've had today. In the hot weather, it's a good cold dish. So let me show you what we're going to do. You need to snip along the back here, because what we're going to do is get rid of the vein. And the vein runs along the back end of the shrimp, and it's filled with yucky, ghastly stuff, which you need to take out, because that will make your cooked shrimp, or while it's cooking, if that's still in with the flesh, it will make it taste bitter, which you don't want to do. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take these shrimp now and we're going to put them into some boiling water. And the exciting thing about shrimp is you actually can't overcook them, because once they start changing colour, that's it, they're cooked. So we're going to pour in a whole bunch of salt, probably about 2 tablespoons. So then we're going to put our shrimp into this little bowl here, which is just going to make it easier to take them out and drain them. It's just a stainless steel sieve in effect. I'm sure that it's used for steaming vegetables on a normal basis. We're going to put this straight into our steaming water, which is seawater, that's already full of salt and is going to be fabulous and flavorful, and we added some extra salt just to give the shrimp some flavor. And one of the great things about shrimp, as I said to you, is you can't overcook it. So we're going to keep a really close eye on that and make it come to a fast boil again. You don't want to cook shrimp a lot. Okay, so Brandon, so you can see we've got it really, really quickly coming to the boil. Yeah. And look how beautiful that is. Look at the colour of those shrimp. Can you see how they've changed colour and gone like really bright? And yeah. And that's what you want. That is telling you that these shrimp are cooked. These are now boiled and we've cooled them off, and we need to take off the shells. Now tell me, do you know how to do that?
Kid, I'm pro. I can do anything.
Okay.
All right.
Have at it.
All right. Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, so if you squeeze the tail
okay,
and give it a bit of a pull, that makes it easier. It comes off in one piece. Sometimes. Okay, so what we're going to do is make a sauce to go with that. And to do that, we're going to start off with a little base of mayonnaise. Just if you've got time to make your own mayonnaise, that's really nice. Probably about three tablespoons, and 1 or 2 teaspoons of horseradish sauce. And this is obviously going to be to taste. I find that I really like having some horseradish sauce in it. I think it gives it a good bite, but that is something that is a personal taste. Horseradish, of course, is a root vegetable, and it's the British use it an awful lot, like with roast beef and so on. And you grate it, and it's quite sharp. And then we're going to do a couple of teaspoons of tomato sauce. You know what tomato sauce is?
Tomato sauce?
Tomato sauce. I knew you were going to say that. And so we're putting in 2 teaspoons of Worcester sauce.
Wait, what's Worcester sauce?
Well, again, Americans never say Worcester sauce properly. I think you guys say Worcestershire sauce, but if you go to Britain, which is where Worcester is, that is exactly what it's called, Worcester sauce. Although it's spelled Worcestershire. And we're going to cut up a couple of spring onions, because they really do give a really nice flavour and a little bit of sharpness again. And we want some of that green in, and just give it a quick snap and throw it in. Mix it up, and we're ready for your shrimp when you kind of get finished there.
Sorry, I had a bad teeth. Just kidding.
So I'm just going to taste this and see what it's coming out like. Nice and spicy, but I am going to add a little bit more mayonnaise to that, because you also want it to taste a little bit creamy. And then we're going to throw in some hot Louisiana sauce, which is again to taste. I like a bit more. You know, I'm a youngest child, so there's always like a bit about adding a little bit extra. And some salt. And some pepper. And that's pretty much it. We do want to put some lemon juice into it, which gives it a good tang. And that's it. How easy is that? Are you going to remember that next time you go home and you can impress your mum?
Maybe. No.
If I write it down for you in capital letters?
Yes. If I remember to look at it.
I think you might get that one. That's really nice. So we've got a nice lettuce here, nice and green. We're going to throw that into the bottom of our serving bowls. Again, we're just chopping it up pretty roughly, which I know no one says you're supposed to do. You're supposed to shred it. I just think that's a load of nonsense. I think it doesn't make any difference to the end flavour. If you're serving it straight away, which you do want to do with this dish, if you're going to chop it up and leave it in the fridge, then it does bruise by cutting it. And then we're going to throw on some avocado, and we've got these beautiful avocados which are lovely and fresh and ripe. And you know, the way to tell whether an avocado is actually fresh, whether it's ready to eat, is to press on the end here where you've got don't go and poke all over it because you will bruise it. Okay. But if you poke on the end here, just gently press it with your thumb. If that gives, the rest of the avocado is actually ripe.
All right. Okay,
so Brandon, you finally finished peeling my shrimp for me. And we're just going to throw those straight into the sauce.
Okay.
And give them a very gentle stir. And that's it. They're covered in the shrimp sauce, and we're then going to put them on top of our lettuce and avocado. And that is a really old-fashioned shrimp cocktail, which, as I said to you, went out of fashion a long time ago, but they are a really good dish. It's a really good starter. Great salad when you're on a hot day, like we've had today in Alaska. So that's it, Brandon, we've finished. That took us, what, 10 minutes? And there you go, fresh Alaskan shrimp cocktail. What do you think?
It's great.
Fresh seafood, it doesn't get any better than that. We just caught these 20 minutes ago out of the sea. We're here at Pipers Point Lodge in Alaska, one of the most beautiful places I think I've ever visited. Stay tuned and we'll show you some more.